Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the vlog. Happy Monday. It's been a busy Monday for me so far, and let's just go into my first meal. I have my hot cereal, so I'm going to eat that, and I will be back with you guys. So I hope your Monday is going well, and I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty guys, I am back and we're going to do our final meal. It's been a little bit crazy, but not too bad. Work has been somewhat busy, so final meal. I have here some, let me see if you can see this, broccoli, and on top of that is my, what was I calling it? Like my faux stuffing casserole, I guess. And this is going to be good for me, and I've already gotten in almost all my water. I think I have about this much more to go of water, and we've made our quota. So I'm going to close this out, and we'll be picking it up again tomorrow. See you then. Good morning. Welcome back. It's a Tuesday morning. It's very cold here, but at least the sun is out. So we're going to get right into our first meal so I can get back to work. I have Brussels sprouts, and I cook them in some bacon fat. I have my egg white bread, and I have some chicken sausage inside. So this is meal number one. I'm going to get back to work, and we'll probably be doing a little bit of chatting later on. See you then. Alrighty, people. I am back. It is a 5:15. I did not come back to do our chit chat. I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I saw a YouTuber talk about some of the, I'm not gonna say barriers, but I'll say experience she had when she was at her heaviest. And I'm like, interesting. I might talk about some of that tomorrow myself. Talk about some of the not so fun things of being morbidly obese. So, yes, tomorrow. Tonight, my final meal is one of these because I'm lazy. And let's see. It is 180 calories. I know my calories are going to be pretty low today. Very low. 10 grams of carbs, 5 net, 18 grams of protein. So, and this is what it looks like. So, I am actually going to eat this up and be checking back in tomorrow. See you then. Good morning. Welcome back to the vlog. It is a Wednesday. I've already been super busy this morning, but let's start off with our first meal because we are going to have a little chit chat. I was telling you guys yesterday about someone I was watching. They were talking about some of the things they ran into as a heavier person, and I'm going to talk about that today too. But first, we have our meal right here. These are some greens in my little breakfast sandwich, the last one I have left. And I'm going to eat that, get back to work, and we'll have a little chit chat. See you in a second. All right, guys, I am back. Here's my final meal. So I'm eating the rest of my greens and my, what did I call that casserole? Stuffing casserole, I guess, kind of. Faux stuffing casserole, yeah. So, we were supposed to have a conversation. I was going to do this earlier, but work was just so busy. And I was going to talk about some of the things I experienced as a much heavier person. Now, granted, I'm still a heavy person, yeah. But I'm not that 260-pound person anymore. So, I've told this story before, and I think it's been quite some time, or maybe not. Years ago, when my daughter graduated from college, she went to school in LA. So, and I'm originally from Los Angeles. I was born and raised there. So, I wanted to go to her graduation and I was proud. And I'm like, okay, I'm going first class. And I had never flown first class. Always coach, but never first class. So I was excited for it. I get there and sit down. It had a little more room than what the normal seats would have. A tiny bit more. But that seatbelt wouldn't fit. For the money I paid, I was expecting a seatbelt to fit. It's going to be this fun experience, sitting first class, yada yada. I was miserable the whole time. The seatbelt didn't fit, and I didn't want to ask for an extender. I didn't want anyone to know the seatbelt wasn't fitting. I was just about in tears. The only way to keep myself from crying, actually people seeing me crying, I closed my eyes and pretended to be asleep. Yeah. It gets worse. I get to Los Angeles and with my daughter and everything, and I go to her graduation. Later that evening, she sits me down for the talk. She's, Mom, I'm really worried about you. You're very overweight. You snore. You have a hard time walking. You're going to die in your sleep. What was I supposed to say to that? I mean, she wasn't lying. So, and I was at that point was just too mortified to even say, well, you know, when I flew here, I couldn't even hardly fit in the seat, and that seatbelt didn't work. That kind of started a lot of things for me. I'm not going to say I was in denial up until then. I knew my situation was bad. I just didn't have the strength to deal with it. I think even prior to that, I may have tried a few things, and I don't know. But after that, when I got home, talking with a spouse and everything, I looked into, I think, Sonobello, is that what they're called? They couldn't help me because my BMI was way too high. They said, like, oh, we can't do anything with you. Your BMI is way too high. We can't help you. I felt so defeated, so defeated. That's when I turned to the weight loss surgery. But I remember as a heavy person, I went to a concert. Oh, yay, the concerts. And sitting out on those lawns, okay? I'm trying to remember, what concert was this? I can't remember the people that were there, but what I do remember at this particular concert, sitting out on the grass with my significant other, and I was actually kind of enjoying, we brought food, and me being the, how do I say this? Addicted person I was sitting there going through candy like crazy. It was just so happened I kind of turned my head and looked over kind of, and these women were horrified looking at me. Their faces were smacked out looking at me with their mouths hanging open like, I can imagine the thoughts were going through their head. I'm going like this with candy. Non-stop. And they're like, my God, this obese woman sitting here eating candy like it's water or something. Or it's like carrots or something. I don't know. Not that it was nice what they did. I felt so embarrassed, so humiliated. I was just, I mean, at that point, I did stop eating it because I was just really so freaking embarrassed. I mean, I enjoyed the concert, but at the same time, I was just so freaking embarrassed. I felt just like the lowest form of human. Okay, so that was one incident. Um, my house has several bathrooms. It's a pretty large house. I remember using the restroom and actually breaking a toilet seat. Now, I was told the toilet seat was old and, whatever, but no. I was just too heavy. I broke the toilet seat. So I share these stories because I know other people have these stories too of the things they ran into as a larger person. Some of the things just really not so nice, especially when people are making you feel like you're this big and and I'm quite sure those women that were staring at me at the concert had no idea the impact it had on me. For that one, I felt like crap. I felt like crap when my daughter had to sit me down to say she's worried about her mom because her mom is so obese. Anyone watching me that is going through this and having these issues, just know you're not alone. Because I know it is not an easy road. It is not an easy road to change a behavior that you've been doing for years. Especially when it's an addiction. And if you're going through this, and just again, you're not alone, and know that no matter how big you are, you're still a human being that deserves love and respect. And I think part of it is loving ourselves enough to even reach out for help and to make changes. And loving ourselves enough to know that while going through these changes, it's going to be hard and you just have to stick with it. And just, I guess, too, and having patience with yourself. Because again, like I said, it's not easy to change bad habits that some of us were raised with these habits. We were raised with it and didn't know any better. If no one didn't show you any better and you were raised that way, you would think it's normal. It's everyday life. That's what you do until you get new information like, oh my God, well, no, that's not normal. That's not good for you. These foods, maybe I should not be eating. Maybe I need to move more and all these things. So if you're out there and you're suffering and it seems like you're chasing your tail, you're not alone. And I would say you have to be honest with yourself and not be afraid to reach out for help and to educate yourself because you don't know what you don't know. And I say that because when I started actually educating myself and broadening my horizons, I learned, about the paleo diet, which was pretty awesome. And that paleo diet actually was a diet that showed me, I knew I couldn't deal with milk. I stayed away from milk. But that was the only dairy milk, heavy cream and stuff like that I stayed away from. But that was a diet that told me, well, no, Aretha. you need to look out for that cheese, because with paleo, you remove your dairy. I remove the dairy. And it did help me to shed a little bit of weight. And then I added dairy back in. It was weird. I added dairy back in one day because I love cheese. My weight went up a little bit. I kept eating it. It was just like this. My weight was going like this. It was crazy. And I was like, oh God, I can't do cheese. And I love cheese. Now, so far, yogurt is not a problem. But I have found lactose-free yogurt. Through my paleo diet, I found low carb. And then from there, from my low carb, I found the ketogenic diet. And then with the ketogenic diet, I stayed on it forever, and I'm still on it. And through the years, I've had to adjust the macros. And for me, that was scary because I was watching everyone else. And they were doing this strict plan, and I was like, well, that's keto, and they say it's keto, and I have to do what they're doing. So when you're doing keto, and a lot of people say, well, keto doesn't work, I was almost to think keto wasn't working for me. But I had to branch out and learn how to switch up my macros. Everybody cannot eat a ton of fat. Everybody can't eat a ton of protein. Everybody can't eat a little bit higher carbs. So you have to find out where that sweet spot is. I think that's the hard part, the experimenting part, to find out where the sweet spot is and to find your groove. So I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer, but I did want to share those. And I don't think I've ever shared that one about the concert. To this day, and this was years ago, years ago, it still hurts when I think about it. It still hurt. And I know, as being a larger person, navigating, and I'm not going to say a thin world, but navigating where we are always shown what beauty and perfection looks like, and being heavy is not one of them. But I would take it a step further and to just say health first. Think about your health first. It is not healthy to be severely overweight. I was morbidly obese. I'm not even 5 feet tall. And I told you what my heaviest, how much I weighed. It was horrendous. If you're struggling, reach out to someone to just say, be a friend to me. I'm struggling. I need to talk to you. Can you help me work this out? I am here for anyone that wants to talk, that's feeling like, oh my God, I'm just really struggling. I want to give up. I can't do this. Don't give up. Do not ever give up. You can always go back to the drawing board to recalculate things, but please do not give up. Mwah. You guys are just so wonderful. I want to thank you just for being here, for supporting me, for listening, because a lot of you have got me through some difficult times. You guys are just truly, truly amazing. And sometimes I don't know how I'll get by without you. I get so many wonderful comments, really sweet emails. You guys are the best. And I wish you all the best. And I am going to finish eating and get this uploaded because I don't want this to be too long. This was not supposed to be a very long video. I was only supposed to talk about this for about 2 or 3 minutes. So I think I went way over my time. Mwah. You guys, and I will be back for more videos. Bye-bye.